You're watching Luxury Living, and today we're counting down our picks for the 10 most luxurious foods you can buy. Number 10, Beluga Caviar. Beluga Caviar is the most expensive food item in the world, costing up to $5,000 per kilogram. Caviar is fish eggs, and this particular brand comes from Beluga tea, found mostly in the Caspian Sea. It can take up to 20 years for a beluga sturgeon to reach its maximum size, and they can weigh up to 2 tons. The eggs are the largest of the fish eggs used for caviar. Beluga usually ranges from purple to black, the Pallas being the most expensive. Beluga caviar is generally served on its own on small pieces of toast, as it needs no additional flavors to improve it. If you have not experienced eating caviar, when you bite down, each egg pops and releases a salty, fishy flavor. Number 9, saffron. Saffron is the most expensive spice in the world, reaching prices beyond $2,000 per pound. Saffron is the 3 stigmas and styles of the crocus flower. Each stigma and style must be picked by hand, and it takes thousands to make a single ounce of the spice. Bright yellow in color, the spice is used for coloring and subtle flavoring of food. It has a bitter taste and a hay-like fragrance. Number 8, white truffles. Truffles are from the underground Ascomycetes family. They are reputed for their high prices. It has an odor smell similar to deep-fried walnuts, which is extremely pungent to some people, causing a reeling effect. Interestingly, some people are unable to detect the odor of truffles, which is possibly to their advantage. The white truffle is the most expensive of the family. They are generally served sliced into extremely thin slivers, on top of other food, and are frequently softened in oil for sale as oil. And number 7, Kobe beef. True Kobe beef is only produced in Higo Prefecture in Japan. It is bred according to strict and secret conditions. It is fed on beer and grain and produces meat so tender and fatty that it rivals foie gras in texture. The beef can cost up to $300 per pound. This breed of cow is genetically predisposed to intense marbling and produces a high percentage of unsaturated fat than any other breed of cattle known in the world. Another special trick in the production of this meat is daily massages by the human owners. You must confess to being a little envious. Number 6, bird's nests. The nests in question here are produced by a variety of swifts, specifically cave swifts, who produce a nest by spreading a chemical compound that hardens in the air. The nests are considered a delicacy in China and are one of the most expensive animal products consumed by humans. It is generally served as a soup, but can also be used as a sweet. My own experience of the bird nest was in a pudding called bird nest and almond soup. The nest was dissolved in almond milk, which was served as a sweet soup. The nest tasted musty and had the texture of snot. Let's fucking go. Number 5, fugu. Fugu is a Japanese word for pufferfish, and is also a Japanese dish prepared from the meat of pufferfish. Pufferfish are deadly, and if the fish is prepared incorrectly, it can lead to death. One pinhead of the pufferfish poison is sufficient to kill a full-grown adult male human. It has become one of the most celebrated Japanese dishes. In order to prepare the dish for human consumption, a Japanese chef must undergo rigorous training and certification. It is normally prepared in such a way that a tiny amount of poison is left in the fish, as the poison gives it a slight numbing and tingling effect. Number 4, foie gras. Second to caviar, foie gras is one of the finest Western foods available. It is a liver of ducks or geese. It is produced by methical gravage, which is force feeding of the animal of grain via a tube down the throat. Ducks and geese have an anatomy that makes this process painless. The liver expands to many times the normal size and contains a great deal of fat. The texture of the foie gras is very similar to that of butter, with a very earthly flavour. Foie gras is generally eaten as a raw pate, but it can be lightly cooked to give it a greater depth of flavour. Unfortunately, this delicacy is surrounded by some controversy, and the sale and consumption is banned in some American cities. Number 3. Lobsters. Lobsters form a large family of marine crustaceans that nets $1.8 billion for the food industry every year. They have a close family relationship with the freshwater crayfish. They generally live in crevices or in burrows under rocks. Number 2. Matsutake. Matsutake is a common name for a group of mushrooms in Japan. They have been an important part of Japanese cuisine for the last 1,000 years. The annual harvest of matsutake in Japan is now less than 1,000 tons, and it is partly made up by imports from China, Korea, and Canada. This is due to the difficulty in harvesting the mushrooms. The Japanese matsutake at the beginning of the season. Number 1. Iberico ham, a type of cured ham produced in Spain and Portugal. The finest Iberico ham is from free-range pigs that have a diet of only acorns during the last period of their life, produced from purebred Iberian pigs roaming oak forests and feasting on acorns. On top of that, the ham is cured for a lengthy 36 months. Although the pigs are reared for just 3 years, the ham legs are then cured for up to 6. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I would really appreciate a subscribe. You can unsubscribe at any time that you would like.